GM is at it again, extracting shareholder value off the backs of their workforce, shirking responsibilities, and hiring temporary workers to undermine employment benefits and union influence. If you think this isn't important because you're not an auto worker, check again. It's about drawing the line where big companies take advantage of their workforce and execute fraud in collusion with the government. This is so much bigger than GM and impacts every American. More companies than just GM are at it. Corporate profits and market valuations are at record levels, while worker pay increases can't seem to keep up with the cost of living. The theme of this story is that of companies putting shareholder value above workers, neglecting the inherent fact that workers create shareholder value, a lesson well understood and executed by industrial competitors in Japan, evidenced by how Toyota pays its CEO nearly $2 million against Mary Barra's nearly $22 million. If she wants to make GM more competitive with foreign automakers, let her start with her own salary. Create an organization-wide culture that values treating all people with dignity and respect. As for GM, they're not in a position to be dictating labor negotiations while attempting to harm any more people. They still haven't repaid $11 billion of their taxpayer-funded bailout, nor do they intend to. GM's collusion with the government allowed a well-funded pension to be stolen that in today's market could be worth nearly 3 times as much. Pensions that illegally paid the balance of GM's bailout. The government stole the money and forgave GM of its debt. Present-day GM employees have the same fight because they took on cuts to help GM through hard times and want to see a fair return on their sacrifices and investment, which has led to significant profits for shareholders and executives earning big pay packages. So what has GM done with the nearly $50 billion in profits from the last several years? Have they made any of these people whole? Not at all. GM's been offloading employee benefits for decades. Their largest outsourcing job was a failed and fraudulent spin-off of GM's parts division 20 years ago that left thousands of families broke, as an independent Delphi sunk under the buried liabilities of GM's arrogance-driven mistakes. Today, they're swapping their workforce with temp workers in a bid to release benefits and job security, while simultaneously weakening union membership as they continue to move jobs overseas and close U.S. plants. We are requesting justice and fairness. The GM meet the UAW at the bargaining table and take responsibility for its past. We ask for the government to own up to the stolen pensions and for GM to meet its moral responsibilities for those losses. If you haven't watched my first video, GM, A Legacy of Fraud, please watch it now and get informed. Please support our cause and share these videos on all social media channels with the hashtag FixGMNow. Follow my page to continue receiving updates as we tell the story of one of the greatest acts of theft and barbarism in modern corporate history.